As mentioned in the unboxing video, this is the second build out of 3 in total that need to be done in the same style for the same customer, of course. Let's start off with prepping the body by scribing out some of the panel lines, making them a bit more pronounced and a bit deeper so they don't disappear after a couple of coats of paint, and then move on to removing all of the mold lines that of course are not supposed to be there and need to be removed. Of course, before I could start removing the mold lines, I firstly need to find them and mark them off with a permanent marker to show me exactly where they are, and also help as a guide coat during the sanding, because the black will be removed during the sanding, and once all the black marker is gone, so should the mold line be as well, of course. So with all of them now marked out and exactly shown where they are, I can start sanding them off, starting with a various different grit of sanding twig or stick. It's about 240 to 320, I'm guessing, and then finishing it off with some 600 grit and sanding the entire body down as well. Panel lines are scribed, mold lines are removed, and the entire body is nicely sanded down with 600 grit, so I could move on to primer. Of course, first hard to reach, easy to forget spots, and then the rest of the body. The first coat is on, nice and light, about 5 minutes in between of dry time, and a second coat is applied in the same way. With the second and final coat of primer on, the body is looking nice and smooth already, but just to ensure that there are no dust spots or uneven spots, I'm sanding it down with some 3000 grit lightly, just to remove the top layer and make it as smooth as I possibly can before applying the colors. So of course, no surprise, just like the GT40, this one is going dark British racing green. The hard to reach, easy to forget spots are now covered in the first coat, and of course the rest of the body received the same treatment. first coat of green is on, not covering really great, so about 5 minutes in between, a really light coat is applied, and the second coat is applied in the same way. Not too thick, not too thin of course. I'm trying to get it covered and not spend a whole lot of time doing this, but I also want to be really careful, not overdoing it, filling up all of the panel lines and having the paint react to the plastic. So another 5 minutes in between, it is starting to cover already, but I'm guessing 2 more coats are needed to get full coverage. After the final couple coats of green were applied, I let it sit and dry for about 24 hours before I started on the masking. Now, normally this could be done a lot quicker, but since I applied so many coats of green, I'd rather be safe than sorry and give it enough time to cure before I start applying the masking tape on top of it and ripping it all off and having to start over again, because that of course is not something you'd want to do. I'm replicating the same stripes as you would have been able to order back in 1968, just on the hood and also the panel underneath the windshield, using some Tamiya tape to line them out. It's a 10mm wide tape, and then of course I'm starting to apply the rest of the tape around it and removing that center strip to reveal where the stripes need to be painted. I'm just cutting some fine line tape from a bigger strip of Kip tape and then starting the outlining procedure. With the outlining done, I could remove the center strip of tape to reveal where the stripe of course needs to be painted, then mask around it and start painting it with a silver base coat to make it nice and bright and really easy for the yellow to cover on top of it. I applied 2 light coats of silver and about 4 coats of yellow just to be sure everything was nicely even and covered all the way. With the silver now down, I could move on to the yellow of course. As you can see, on top of the silver it's covering really nice and bright, and that's exactly what we want. About 3 or 4 coats later and the stripes are done and I can start unmasking it. I let the paint dry for about 30 minutes before mixing up some satin clear and applying that on the entire body, including the hood of course, to make it all nice and satin. Two coats of satin clear are on. About 48 to 72 hours of dry time is required before moving on, and then we can move on to the next steps of this build with the interior, the chassis, the engine, and of course the final build-up as well. The color scheme might not be to everyone's taste, and that is totally fine. However, in this case I have a customer that wanted it in these specific colors, so I'm doing it his way. I kind of like the way that it looks, and in the end it will be a bit of a street racer and outlaw kind of style build, so I think it really suits it, doing it different than anybody else.